Hello everyone and welcome to the Frost is Lost game room tour. I actually had planned to do this video for a very long time. I just didn't have the time to do it because my computer decided to have just multiple issues. I had to replace the motherboard and I had to put off filming because I wanted the computer to be in the video and it was just a mess, and I apologize for that. I know my hands may be a little shaky during this whole thing, but I want to go through everything in this room and talk about it because I wanted to do this. I wanted to film this for a while. I've been really meaning to get to it. There's so much to talk about. Like legit, I have a story about how Pikmin 4 and Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach are connected. I have a story about every amiibo, every plush, every controller, every sticker, every poster. There's so much to go through, and if you know me, you know for a fact I am a big fan of Nintendo specifically, but I do love myself PlayStation, Xbox, virtual reality, and my custom PC, which we'll talk about as well as some music with the vinyl record player all over there, which I can definitely speak. Like I said, it's unscripted. I don't know how well this is going to go, but I figured I'd give you guys a kind of a quick rundown and then we'll get right into it. This could be a long video, could be 20 minutes, could be 40 minutes, could be an hour. You click on the video, you suffer with it, let's have some fun. I figured a good spot to start was definitely the stairs going down because it's just a really crappy We Love Gaming map that I've actually used for VR, and it's just a big curtain, big dark entrance with the blue and white paint coming down with the curtain in the way, as well as a fox greeting you down in the room because you'll probably notice as we walk in, there's a lot of foxes, including Pokemon's evolutions, as well as just general foxes, Lego foxes, some random foxes. So count all the foxes in the room. If you can find every single one and put it in the comments, let me know. I don't actually know the number, so I'm gonna have to go back and count, and if you figure it out, and I'll heart your comment and go, hey, guess what? You figured it out, you're cool. I think a good spot to start would definitely be with the shelf with all of my themed collections. With Pokemon, Super Smash Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario. We'll get to Splatoon as well as Xenoblade and FNAF later, but I really wanted to focus on this shelf entirely. Also, funny story, I've already clipped this, I've already recorded all of this, and I accidentally deleted the file while putting it on my computer. I'm a genius, let's get into it. On the bottom shelf, I just have some travel cases with an official Oculus Link cable, as well as an Amiibo box. I don't think they make this anymore, that has a bunch of cables, manuals, and extra goodies if I need it, with a mini fridge that does not get used. I don't use it. I feel like I should, but I don't. I have a cable that goes all the way from the bottom that powers, like from the bottom of my computer all the way across the room, that goes into the mini fridge, as well as charges my Oculus headsets and my PlayStation VR controllers. I have the Elite battery strap on my Quest 2. The reason I have two is because me and my brother both have separate headsets. I mostly just use mine, but I use his in an emergency if I'm live and the headset dies, which I don't think it will anymore, as I just got this battery strap. However, I've got to go with a little story over here. I love my Quest 2. My first headset ever was the Nintendo Labo VR headset, which I actually do have on display, not here, somewhere else. But my second headset was the PlayStation VR, and I really enjoyed it. I played lots of fun stuff on here, like Super Hot, Beat Saber, which is not the optimal way to play it, as well as FNAF VR 1. Lots of fun stuff to play. Astro's Playroom is also very good on here, but the thing that was holding it back was its tracking. Its resolution was okay, but its tracking was not good. It uses light tracking, which with the Move controller is also outdated with the PS3. It works, it's a cheap solution, and it was a cheap gateway into VR at the time in 2016 and 2017. Very cool, and it definitely competed with the HTC Vive and the original Oculus Rift. After that, I did pick up my Quest 2. I have not gone back. I kind of want to get a Valve Index, but I've decided to wait until the deck card drops, which will never happen. Hopefully they'll get something cool going, but I am still going to use this headset for streaming. As for the Pokemon shelf, I have most, if not all, the 3DS games. I am missing Sun and Moon. I don't have any DS games aside from Black 2 over there. And I have every single Switch game for Pokemon except for Legends Arceus, that is digital. I have all the Smash Pokemon Amiibo besides Jigglypuff and Mewtwo, so Greninja, I almost said Lucas. Yes, Lucas, the Pokemon, no. Lucario, Ivysaur, Charizard, Squirtle, Pichu, I used to main Pichu, Incineroar, and Ash and Pikachu in the back. I have some Pokemon trading card stuff and accessories all around, like the V-Star with Detective Pikachu, as well as a Sprigatito and Hisuian Zero Arc pin sitting there, with a Alolan Vulpix, another Hisuian Zero Arc, with I think a Snob and an Eevee with some extra just random coins and goodies, with the Shadow Mewtwo Amiibo card that only comes with the Wii U version of Pokémon Tournament. You cannot get this card anymore. Like I said, I have a Pokemon Black 2, but it does not work. It is official. It was given to me by a friend who also made these Pokeballs, which actually have a 3D print of my favorite Pokemon, Alolan Vulpix, which I'll show you a plush and a collection of the cards later. Like I said, I have Pokemon X and Y. I played X, I think, a little bit more than Y. Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby, I preferred Alpha Sapphire. They are Gen 3 remakes, X and Y are Gen 6. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is the Gen 7 remakes. It's a little odd to me that they did that, but it's okay. I played more Sun than Moon. As for the Switch games, I had the one I played more in the front, so for Pikachu and Eevee, I played more Eevee. It was the first Pokemon game I ever beat, but the second Pokemon game I ever bought. The first game I ever bought, or had actually, given to me by my little cousin, was Pokemon Shield. I had to buy the case actually online because he only had the cartridge, which was a little wonk, but it's okay. I know a lot of people do not like Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I adore these games because I'm stupid. I love Gen 4, it's my favorite generation, and I love those games because I already have 200 hours in them. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I don't despise, but I'm not in love with them. They're not that great, just because of the lag. But I did play all the DLC and the whole game. I have the entire National Living Dex, except for the 2 Scarlet Legendaries of the DLC Pack 2. Missing those. I have a little chain set here with my favorite Evolution Glaceon, as well as the Splatfest keychains. They only have 2 sets of these, which I have the other one for Zelda above. The Sprigatito, Quaxly, and Fuecoco Splatfest, which is very cool. For the Super Smash Bros. Shelf, I have all the games aside from Super Smash Bros. 64, with about half of the worldwide Amiibo collection for Smash Bros. I think they are about to come out with Sora, and I actually did order Joker, Banjo, and I think Terry, which they got reprints and they're coming in February, which is very cool. But yeah, we have Super Smash Bros. Melee, Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the 3DS. Yeah, Brawl for the 3DS. Now Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS, Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, my favorite one. This game pisses me off. It really does. I get really angry with it, but it's a lot of fun. I have in front, I'm just gonna go Mario, Samus, Fox, Steve, which is ridiculous looking, Pac-Man, Marth, one of the hardest to be able to find originally, Mega Man, Sonic, Link, Olimar, for all you Pikmin fans out there, Pit, Kirby, Ice Climbers, Villager, that one is new, I got that recently, Ness, that crashed GameStop servers, let's see here, Bowser Jr., Alex, Peach, Yoshi, Lucas, Solid Snake, actually one of my favorites, King DDD, Kazuya, kind of hard to pronounce that name, Chrom, Isabelle, one of my mains, Robin, Ryu, Piranha Plant, still wish we got Waluigi, but hey, it's funny, Wario, Luigi, my very first amiibo ever, King K. Rool, Dr. Mario, Byleth, which is a weird choice, a lot of people didn't like it, but if they didn't drop him, then the entire first battle pass, Super Smash, DLC pack would have all been just third parties, so it makes sense we got him. Bowser, Sephiroth, one of the best looking amiibos ever, Donkey Kong, Lucina, and Dark Samus, as well as an official Super Smash Bros. Envelope sitting over here. I had to replace the sticker though. Going to the Zelda shelf, I'm not very good at Zelda games, but I do love Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword. Haha. I do have a My Nintendo token up here with the silver points, as well as a ruby I got from Renaissance Festival with all the amiibo. As about a half the collection of amiibo, I still want to get a couple like Rivali. I have Loftwing, what's it? Yeah, Loftwing and Zelda. Loftwing, I don't know what it is. Breath of the Wild Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf, Mipha, Daruk, like I said, still missing Urbosa and Rivali. Breath of the Wild Archer Link, Breath of the Wild Horse Rider Link, Tears of the Kingdom Link, and then the Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Link's Awakening, and Twilight Princess with Mipha. Going on, like I said, I do have the other set. This is the other set of keychains with the Splatfest. I believe it was Wisdom. Yeah, it was Power. No, Courage, Power, or Wisdom, Power. There you go. There's a pre-order bonus for Tears of the Kingdom with the art card down there. Love that art. A Link plushie sitting up here with a Guardian amiibo in the back that has movable legs. I love it a lot. I don't have Wind Waker. That is the only 3D Zelda I am missing. I'm not good at 3D Zelda, but my favorite, I did beat the entirety of Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild. And Tears of the Kingdom, actually. I do have a guide for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild back here. I'm not going to pull it out because everything will fall apart. I do have Ocarina of Time 3D and Majora's Mask 3D. I do not have an N64, which is why I don't have Super Smash Bros. On the 64, as well as a lot of the 64 games I could have. Link Between Worlds, like I said this earlier, I had said in the previous recording that I thought I just don't have a very good Zelda lineup, so I wanted to fill it up with a bunch of games. So some of these are like, why do you have that in your lineup? That's not a 3D Zelda. That's not a 2D, you know. They're weird, but hey. I want to play Link Between Worlds. I hear it's very, very good. Hyrule, I have a Hyrule map for Breath of the Wild that came with a special edition that also came with this guide. I have Twilight Princess HD. I sold it originally. Big mistake. Super hard to find these days. Skyward Sword HD. I completed that. I almost got every single heart thanks to Avir. I'm gonna, if I remember your name, I would shout you out. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Link's Awakening, and Age of Calamity. I love Breath of the Wild. Beat it so many times. Tears of the Kingdom kind of rushed through. Link's Awakening, I'm very bad at that one. And Age of the Calamity runs like absolute piss, but I love that game very, very much. Going onto the Mario shelf, I do have the Super Mario Odyssey art book. I used to have a Splatoon one, but I am missing it as of current. No, not missing it. I gave it away to the same friend who made me all the Pokeballs and gave me Pokemon Black and White too. Do you think that was a fair trade? Let me know. Super Mario 3D All-Stars, I just have it kind of condensed here. I do have actual copies of Sunshine and Galaxy 1, but I just have the 3D All-Stars up here. It's kind of rare these days, which is a little wonky to me, but whatever. I actually love it. I actually beat Galaxy on that multiple times. Super Mario Galaxy 2, also very, very good. I think it's better or something. I don't actually really know. Super Mario 3D Land, I beat that multiple times. Super fun to go through without dying if you by clicking on the home button and closing out of the game when you die. Genius. Super Mario 3D World, super basic, but it was 3D Land again, so I loved it. I had to buy another copy of Odyssey. I gave it away to a friend to borrow, and it was a big mistake, so I just bought an extra copy. Did you know they sell Switch Games at Micro Center? That's actually a computer store. I'm a genius. In the front, I do have the Wedding Mario Amiibo, as well as Cat Mario, Cat Peach, the non-color variant of the Super Mario 30th Anniversary Amiibo, Bowser, Peach, Luigi, Mario, and Super Mario from the original Mario set. I have the earbuds case and the My Nintendo token from, well, My Nintendo, as well as the, yeah, My Nintendo token right there as in the, so much My Nintendo junk. I do have a Mario badge up here, also from My Nintendo. In the back, I do have, both of these are working. I'm not going to turn them on at the moment just because I should have turned them on before I started recording. Now I feel embarrassed about it, but I do have both the Game & Watches. I love them, but I don't really use them that much. They're kind of cool to mess around with though. I have the Super Mario Maker book that came with the Wii U game, as well as the Mario 35th Anniversary pin set for all the 3D games. I don't have the 2D set, which was very hard to get, and you had to be there like day one. I also have the Super Mario Bros. Cereal sitting up there. Such a weird amiibo for $3. It was kind of worth it. On the top, I do have the special edition OLED Splatoon 3 Switch that is currently sitting in my setup over there, as well as my Xbox Series X's box and my Pokemon card set, which I'll pull down and do a little recording on that as well. That, I think, is the whole shelf. I'll kind of move across over to show you guys, as well as the posters I kind of missed. These also came from my Nintendo. They are the Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy posters that were kind of cool. I think they sold out pretty quickly. I love them, the bits and pieces. Actually got them framed. I want to get more posters like these. Moving on to the physical copies, I do have a little bit of just open space on the bottom. I have all my systems labeled from Xbox to DS to the physical, like, home systems of Nintendo, going up to PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have pretty much every mainline system aside from some physical Xbox original titles, and I do not have any Game Boy or Game Boy Advance copies or games in my collection. So again, we'll start at the bottom. You guys may notice the quality might have changed because the storage on my phone ran out, so I switched it to HD rather than 4K. I have an open shelf down here just ready for anything. It looks full, but there's not really much going on here other than some Pokemon Elite Trainer boxes for specifically Alolan Vulpix. Again, one of my favorites. I have Cuphead and Mugman and some vinyl records down here. Same thing here, nothing back there, just looking like it has a spot to fill. Above that, though, is one of my fun shelves again. We have the Wacky Games shelf. All the weirdest games in my collection with Wappy Dog and the random rubber ducky because it's weird. It's supposed to be. So for every system, we picked out a couple games that just were weird for their stories or what the games actually were. Like Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. We only got one Dance Dance Revolution game on GameCube. Most of them were on PlayStation 2 and Xbox, which is really weird because that's pretty much a Nintendo fanboy's bread and butter. I actually love it. I have the original dance mat for it. It doesn't work anymore, but I actually played the entirety of the game with it. I have Dokapon Kingdom, a very difficult Wii game to find. I don't know if the value has changed because of the newly released remake. I think it's called Dokapon Kingdom Reconnect. I really enjoyed it, but I also really hate it. My brother was very, very good at it. He picked it up. I did not really. Wappy Dog and Puzzle League Dragons, Puzzle Dragon Z and Puzzle Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition. Both weird games. I sit down and play them. They're okay. I think that this is an interesting title to play. I know there's some people who really like these Puzzle Dragons games. I'm not the biggest fan, but hey, it's goofy, it's weird, it's supposed to be. Like I said, we have Wappy Dog up here. It's my sister's original. It does work. I'm not going to turn it on though because it's a pain. I think she had this back. So the story behind some of these games is the fact that I have a lot of my sister's original collection. A lot of the games some of the games I gave away. Like, you notice I said a lot earlier, like, oh, I gave away Twilight Princess. Oh, I gave away Super Mario Odyssey. That didn't happen with my retro collection. That didn't happen with my titles I was growing up with on PlayStation 2 very often. I have every single PlayStation 2 game I was ever missing, aside from the Wii, and that is a disappointment. I'll explain that later. Wonderful 101 on Wii U, which is the definitive way to play it. Do not play it on PS4, Xbox, PC, or Switch. It doesn't play well there. It was designed with the Wii U gamepad in mind. They literally threw another screen onto it in the definitive edition. It's just not a great way to play it. I'm not the biggest fan, but I know a lot of people really enjoy this game. It's actually kind of fun to turn your brain off to. Everybody 1-2 Switch. Now, it's actually good. Let me explain. Let me explain. It's genuinely fun at parties. I don't know why Nintendo waited so long to drop this. They literally had it finished for like a year and didn't know what to do with it, so eventually they just dropped it randomly, and people hated on it so much. It's a $20 Switch Games, guys. I don't know what you were expecting, but it's actually fun. Kind of. I genuinely have a love-hate relationship with that game. I have Connect Joyride here, which is interesting. So the reason why this is on here is not just because it's weird, but also because I actually made an old series, which I'll show you guys some footage on right now. We filmed the Joyride Turbo Games You've Never Heard Of. That was the very first video we ever made for a series, which was a series I made about talking about the game for 1 minute and 30 seconds and then showing gameplay for the game 1 minute 30 seconds. And it was a series about games you've never heard of. But I kind of dropped it just because it didn't really make sense. I wasn't happy with what I was making, so we dropped the series and tried to come back with a different type. But again, you guys will notice my upload schedule. I never really found out what I wanted to do with video series and all that until now. I do have LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. As you know, well, as you don't know, because I'm about to show you, I don't have many physical Xbox One or Series X games, and this was the closest thing. I mean, it's LEGO Star Wars. It's goofy. I have VeggieTales Larry Boy. I think the second video game I ever played. I'll show you the very first video game I ever played. I bought it back recently because it was $5 online. I thought it was hysterical, and I had to put it in the collection. I put the VR demo disc for PlayStation because I don't know why they make demo discs anymore. Why can't you just download them? You actually can download them, but they decided to make a demo disc instead, which is really weird to me, but hey, a demo disc. As you can tell, I don't have PS1 or PS3 titles on here. Those collections are pretty small, and we already filled out the entire shelf. I do want to put some stuff on the sides here, just nothing yet. I'll move over to the Xbox collection. I'll try to go over every single game, but I might fail to do so, so catch me if I do. I have Black Ops 2. My sister bought this when she was in college. I'm not the biggest Black Ops game, but I do know that Black Ops 2 is phenomenal. I do have all 3 of the Disney Infinity games on 360. 360 was my main system in the, I want to say 7th generation of consoles, maybe it was 6th generation. Out of the PS3, Wii, and 360, I preferred playing on my 360 just because of how much actual games you could play. Like, the Wii was just gimmicky, and the PS3 was hard to develop for, so a lot of people flocked to the Xbox 360. Of course, I have the amazing Minecraft Xbox 360 edition. Many people's first experiences, including my first experience with Minecraft. What an amazing game. I have Farming Simulator, Game of Thrones. I don't really like either of these. Just a lot of weird kid games you might notice, or just wacky out there nonsense like, you really played that? I sure did. I have Just Dance games, like I said. We bought the 360 to replace our Wii, and I'll talk about that more when we get to the actual systems by my TV. I have Kinect Adventures. I actually really like that. It's a very good Kinect game. It tracks you very well, lots of fun. Disneyland is not a lot of fun. Do not play this. I don't know why you can buy this on Steam and Xbox One. That's really weird. Kinect Sports Season 2, also okay. Rayman Origins, a phenomenal Rayman game. They gotta come back. Ever since Rayman Origins and Legends, they need to make a new one. It's so good. They're amazing 2D platformers. Definitely play both of them if you haven't already. Kinect Rush is a game about pretending to be in the Disney worlds. Great idea, I guess. Kinect Star Wars. I remember the story behind this was everyone wanted to try this when they announced Kinect, and then everyone shat on it. It was not the greatest game. Sonic Generations, a phenomenal Sonic game, and the only one I kind of liked, I'm kind of falling off of Sonic, but it's a very good Sonic game, and I do want to go back and play it again. It's a phenomenal, just a lot of fun to blast through. Unleashed is also fun to a lot of people, but also not as favored as a lot of people. I know my brother really enjoyed Unleashed. I like the boost courses. I don't think a lot of people liked the actual Werehog stages. And you can tell I don't like this premium hits nonsense that they got going on here. We have, I think a golf game? Yeah, I didn't even know we had this golf game on 360 anymore. As well as Wipeout 3. As a kid, I played this every single day with friends because I'm a fool. For Xbox One and Series X, I kind of combined them because of the same box and pretty much the same generation. With Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, just on the system so I could have something to play on the system. Forza Horizon 3, my very first Forza Horizon game. I love Forza Horizon, big fan of 4, not much as 3 though. Forza Horizon 6, I gotta give this back to a friend. They let me borrow it and they never realized I still had it. Minecraft Xbox One Edition. You might notice I have almost every single version of Minecraft physically. I didn't play this version much though, even though I kind of wanted to. Skate 3, phenomenal. Loved watching videos of this game as a kid, but I did not play much of it myself. Rainbow Six Siege, I also didn't play much of this. My friends were super into it. I was not. Going up to my most exciting bit. So this is where we're going to spend most of our time, so I'm going to clip and make sure I don't run out of storage. So my physical Nintendo collection here, you'll notice there's a Diablo Amiibo sitting up here. Like I said, you're going to notice so many Amiibos in this collection. Count every single Amiibo. Genuinely, count all of them. I want to know how many there are. I don't know how many I actually have. But I do have my DS collection here. The 3DS is my favorite gaming system of all time, but I'll go through the DS first. I picked up Brain Age recently at a retro video game store. It's complete in box, and I get why some people got into it, like the casual fanboys. I didn't really enjoy it. It's math. Who likes math on their gaming system? Carnival Games, another casual game. A lot of the DS library here is from my older sister, so I don't have much. I'll point out a game when it's actually mine. Such Club Penguin as well. I grew up with this game on the computer, and it's kind of fun on PC on DS, but you know, another one of my sisters, as well as the aquarium game, Littlest Pet Shop. She actually got Mario Kart DS. I love Mario Kart DS. I'm a big fan of Mario Kart. I wish the Mario shelf had some room for Mario Kart, but it doesn't unless I actually tried to make some room. Love DS. I think it was the very first online Mario Kart game. Definitely one of my favorites. I did pick up Mario Party DS. The box art I kind of laugh at just because of how many third-party, non-legal systems just use this as a background. Like, look guys, you can play NES games with this background, and everyone uses this background to make some fake Mario junk. But it's a very fun game. I actually love Mario Party DS, a very fun original Mario Party game. Another one of my sister's titles, Phineas and Ferb. Sonic Classic Collection, not very good. You're super zoomed in on the screen, but you can play all the original 4 games. Just play Origins though, seriously. Sonic Rush, a phenomenal Sonic game. I know a lot of people are still fans to it. I have to beat this game. I didn't play much into it as a kid. I gotta get back into it, so much fun. SpongeBob True for Square, a game I got as a kid. I did not play it that much. And then obviously I have more. You can definitely tell, oh my gosh, you have a sister? Tangled, Tinkerbell, and Twilight. I'm not going to talk about those games. As for the 3DS, I got Angry Birds Star Wars. What a great start off, everyone. Yeah, it's Angry Birds. What are you going to do? Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. I love Animal Crossing New Leaf. I picked up Home Designer because I couldn't resist, I guess. It's actually not the greatest. They just turned into a DLC for New Horizons, which is a good decision. What must I say about Chibi Robo? I'm not gonna say anything about Chibi Robo. I actually really like that game. Unfortunately. I'm sorry. Fire Emblem Warriors, this is a new 3DS exclusive game. I definitely want to try it again. I got it because it's one of the few new 3DS exclusive games. There's only 4 on the system. There's Fire Emblem Warriors, I think Rumbo, as well as Minecraft and Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. Super cool to have those games. I'm missing Rumbo, but I have all the other titles. Fossil Fighters Frontiers, a lot of people did not like the Frontiers games, but I actually liked it because I wasn't allowed to play Pokemon when I was younger, so this was the next best thing. As well as there was multiplayer. This is one of the few games that we have 2 of just because of the multiplayer with the random racing with the cars. Kirby Battle Royale was a late 2018, I think, release, and I didn't play much of it. It's just to turn your brain off. Feels like a mobile game, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. Triple Deluxe is a 2D Kirby game on 3DS. It's not as good as Planet Robobot, but I would know. I don't have Planet Robobot, but my brother did love that game. This is a bad version of Luigi's Mansion on GameCube. There's only 2 versions to play. You can only play the GameCube and 3DS version. Get the GameCube version if you can. 3DS suffices, but it lags pretty badly. I'm not gonna lie to you. Little Battlers Experience, I don't know much about this, but my brother was super into it. Mario & Luigi Dream Team, my favorite Mario & Luigi game of all time. I know Superstar Saga is very, very good, but I just didn't get very much into it. I love Dream Team, it's still my favorite. The problem with a lot of these white cases is that you leave them out in the sun. A lot of people leave them out in the sun, and you can definitely tell this one's kind of yellow. I'll show you some actual yellow games later on, but I don't have the original case for this. I just have a pre-owned copy of Paper Jam. This is actually a hard game to find these days. Even the case is like 70 bucks online. Quote me on that, don't quote me on that, I don't actually remember. Superstar Saga on 3DS is actually a phenomenal remake, unless you have the expansion pack on Switch to play the original version. Genuinely give this one a shot. I actually enjoyed it. I don't have, what was it, Bowser's Inside Story got a remake, and that was the last Mario & Luigi game they made for the Mario & Luigi series. They stopped making them because it just didn't sell well. You could already play Mario & Luigi Inside Story. They should have put it on Switch. It would have sold so much better, but they made a great mistake. Mario Kart 7 is kind of forgettable these days. I love it a lot. It brought in the gliding, it brought in the swimming with the races, and it has a lot of memorable tracks, but it's kind of hard to come back to. You kind of wish you were playing Mario Kart 8 instead. Mario Tennis Open, it's okay. I think it was one of my very first Mario sports games I ever played. It's okay. It's genuinely okay. Not the greatest. Mario Party Star Rush, I don't think a lot of people like this. I don't think I'll go back to it either. Mario Party Top 100, also don't think I'll go back to it. All pretty bad, Mario Party games on 3DS. I actually enjoyed Island Tour. That's actually kind of a fun one. A lot of people didn't like it. I enjoyed it mediocrely. This is another one of the new 3DS titles I was talking about. Minecraft on 3DS, a lot of people don't know this exists, and it kind of boggles my mind. This is in a direct, not recently, no, not recently at all. It was in a direct back when they were still supporting 3DS, I think 2017, no, 2018. No, definitely 2017, sorry about that. I couldn't quite remember, but it plays. They don't update it anymore, but I think it got the Nether and the End later on, so it's possible. There's some multiplayer, but it has to be local. Mario Bros. 2. Kind of forgettable. This is the beginning of another Mario Bros. Game, sickness, but it was fun. I remember getting this game at Toys R Us when that was still open. Paper Mario Sticker Star, what must I say? I could say Overwatch 2 and you'd have the exact same reaction. Super Mario Maker on 3DS is also another one that was kind of weird. I don't think they should have made this. I think they should have just ported the original game to Switch, but we got Mario Maker 2, so no harm. Tomodachi Life is so much fun to mess around and make random characters. I love Tomodachi Life myself. I played this to death. I got it, I think I got it as Target as a kid. Yokai Watch, I got this for $7 sealed online, and I played a little bit into it. I think it's very, very good. It's definitely something different if you're tired of Pokemon. Kid Icarus Uprising, please remake it, Nintendo. Super good, so much fun. I've been replaying it recently. I love it so much. So what I'll notice for these shelves is I'll have my favorite or iconic games from the system up front and center when I don't have enough games to outline the whole shelf, as well as some evolutions guiding this whole area, like a Vaporeon. But Like I said, I love Animal Crossing New Leaf. Such a good game. I love it to bits and pieces. My very first Animal Crossing game, I put 500 hours into it. Love it to bits and pieces. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, a lot of people didn't like it as much as the original just because of its mission-based format. I liked it. I think it was good, especially the online mode. Super, super excited for the remake coming to Switch in 2024. Detective Pikachu is genuinely good. I actually think it's the best looking Pokemon game ever. Better than the Switch games, better than the 3DS games. It's super, super fun to just sit down, zone out, and play. I know a lot of people don't like it, it's not their cup of tea. For me, I loved it. I actually loved it. I played the entire thing. It's about 7 hours long, I want to say, but it's pretty cool. Moving on to the home console systems for Nintendo. I don't have, like I said earlier, I don't have many GameCube or Wii games, but I've been trying to collect lots of GameCube games. I want to focus on Wii more this upcoming year. I have Crazy Taxi, my first GameCube game ever, as well as Luigi's Mansion. I do have every copy, or every Luigi's Mansion game ever. This is not a real case. It was printed. I found that out after I bought it, but it's the original game. I don't think it has the manual, though. I have Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. You'll also probably be able to notice much easier on this one. This is definitely printed. You can kind of see the scarch lines, I'm going to call them. Just not the greatest. But since they're remaking this on Switch, I'll probably just play it on Switch instead. I have Mario Sunshine. I found this at the Mall of America, believe it or not, in 2022. It was just, they literally got it just traded, and I said, what? And I grabbed it. They sold it to me $30. I'm pretty sure it's complete in box, actually, if I open it up. Yes, it is. Could not believe my eyes when I found it. I genuinely still don't believe that I found it at such a popular mall. Tales of Symphonia is a great GameCube game that you can play with your friends. I think just 1 or 2 people you can play with. It's now on Steam. Just play it on Steam instead. But I have it on GameCube. It's kind of a rare GameCube game, but I don't know. I might have to check on that for me. As for the Wii, like I said, we lost a lot of games. So the story is, my Wii as a kid broke down. The disc drive would no longer read any discs, so we actually sold it, traded in everything, and got an Xbox 360. And you can definitely tell with the amount of like Kinect games that we want another, physical controller kind of game. But we did buy a lot of our games back that we really loved as kids. Like Donkey Kong Country Returns, very good. I played that a couple years back completely with my brother. Fortune Street, genuinely fun. It's a genuine fun party game. I know some people haven't heard about this. It's a crossover with like Square Enix and Mario. Madagascar Kart's a video. This was used for a video that never got released, 4 games you never heard of. It was filmed, it was streamed, it never dropped. Mario Kart Wii. I'm surprised I found this completely like non-yellowed copy up north. I was very happy to find this. I think it's complete in box. It was my very first Mario Kart game ever, my first Wii game I ever played as well. Very fun, so much just Funky Kong's introduction was great. Mario Party 8, this disc does not work all that well, but it was one of the last good Mario parties until they picked up the slack with the Switch. Mario Sports Mix, I don't know how good this was. It's been a long since I played it, but I do remember it being okay. Mario Strikers Charge, the last good Mario Strikers game. The Switch game is horrible. No, just terrible gameplay, terrible everything, but I do love that game. Mario and Sonic, this is my favorite Olympic games just because of one minigame, and I don't even remember when I liked it as a kid, but I had to buy it back. I love the yellow case. It's so goofy, so weird, but 2012's yellow case is funky. When I bought the Wii back, we got Pac-Man Party because I don't know. I don't know. It's just a Mario Party ripoff. But hey, if you're desperate, whatever you want. Punch Out. I got this year. I have not played it yet. I'm gonna stream it. Love Punch Out on the NES. Sonic and the Black Knight. I streamed this entirely. It's, well, it's goofy. It's so goofy, but the music's amazing. Every Sonic game's music is amazing, and the swordplay is actually kind of cool. Sonic Colors, amazing on Wii. Do not play the remix, just play it on Wii. Seriously, such a fun boost game. Super Mario Galaxy, like I said, I do have this on Wii. This is the Nintendo Selects version. I do wish I had the original, but I just have the Selects instead. I love it to bits and pieces. I've beaten this game so many times. Wii Ski was also supposed to be for the series. It never got filmed, never got put in my Wii, never anything. Just didn't touch it. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker on my Wii U, right? So Treasure Tracker is pretty good. It even got ports to the 3DS and Wii, and the Switch. The Wii U too, let's go. It got ported to the Switch. I bought it on Switch. It got DLC. I'll talk about that later, but lots of fun on Wii U. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I love that game. It's such an amazing 2D platformer, as was Country Returns. They need to make another one like Rayman Origins and Legends. Those two platformers, so good. So good. Hyrule Warriors was the first of the Nintendo Warriors games, and it's pretty good. Like I said, I have a very special spot in my heart for Age of Calamity. Lego City Undercover, I haven't played it yet. I picked this up literally 2 days ago, and I wanted to go to my collection because it was like $6 at GameStop. I was like, sure, why not? Mario Party 10, I played this a lot as a kid. Nowadays I realize that was bad. Mario Kart 8, we've been playing Mario Kart 8 for so long. It's horrendous. Just make a new Mario Kart game, Nintendo, seriously. NES Remix Pack, I love this game. Wish it was on Switch, so much fun. Mario Bros. U, the last new Super Mario Bros. Game they ever made. It's good, it's fine, it's okay. It's just another Mario Bros. Game. Nintendo Land, super fun to come back to. It just didn't make the system a system seller. Pokémon Tournament, I talked about this earlier. I didn't play it much. It's on Switch. I got it on Wii U just so I could have the case that said Pokémon Tournament Amiibo card. Whoa! Aurora the Sky Soldier, I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Adea, maybe not. I don't know. But it's okay. It actually comes with the Wii version as well. It has a reversible cover that says Wii on it, but I leave it on the Wii U version instead. Sonic Lost World, this is where Sega tried to do something with Mario Galaxy style, and it just didn't work out for them. Super Mario Maker, such a great title, such a great concept to have players make their own levels. I love Mario Maker 1. Not much a fan of Mario Maker 2, just because I just don't have the creative ability to make courses anymore. Breath of the Wild, again, talked about that earlier. Love it so much. This is how I played it originally, because Switches were sold out everywhere. Wii Party U, not going to talk about that, because it's another Wii game. Yoshi's Woolly World, they should have put it on Switch. I'm not the fan of Crafted World. It's much better on Wii U. As for the Switch, this is my biggest collection, upwards of 54 games, and it is ridiculous. Before I get into that, I forgot to mention the Kirby and Meta Knight Amiibo, as well as my Animal Crossing. This is almost a full set of Animal Crossing Amiibo figures because nobody wanted them. I used to have Amiibo Festival. I want to buy it back just because it's stupid and I hate it. And it's like $7 online. But I have Rover. Actually, I can't remember half the names of these guys, so I'm not going to go over the names, but I'm missing Summer Outfit Isabelle, as well as Timmy and Tommy. I think those are the only two that I'm missing. I have Tom though. As for the Switch games, I'm going to go over them kind of a little bit. Should I go over? I don't know. A Hat in Time, I have it on PC. It's a very good platformer. I want to sit down. She would agree. ARMS is a phenomenal, I wouldn't call it phenomenal, I'd say interesting. It's definitely, they wanted to have Splatoon's whole starter to it and they just couldn't get it done. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, like I said, released on Switch with new levels and new DLC. They probably should have made a sequel, but I still bought it anyway. Detective Pikachu Returns, do not buy this game. It looks terrible, runs terrible. I'm very disappointed about it. FNAF Security Breach. Oh wait, no, it's not Security Breach. This is this is the collection. So I got the collection for cheap just because I'm a big fan of FNAF. I've been a big fan of FNAF ever since they first came out back in 2014. My favorite FNAF game used to be 2, now it is Security Breach. I love it to bits and pieces, but I bought it on Switch just to have the games physically. I do have Security Breach on Switch. I have Security Breach on everything except for Xbox. I have it on PS5 for Switch and Steam. I love this game to bits and pieces because of how horrible it is. Well, not horrible, just interesting. Get in there, I believe in you. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, such a good 3D Kirby game. I hope they make a sequel soon. Luigi's Mansion 3, kinda easy to forget, but again, lots of fun. They fixed the mission format, actually kinda combined it with Luigi's Mansion on GameCube, so lots of fun. Again, online was pretty good, not as good as Dark Moon though. Is Mario and Sonic Olympic Games 2020? It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I'm not gonna gloss. I'm just gonna ignore that. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. I have the first game as well digitally. I have not played either of them. Not really my cup of tea. Let's see here. Where was I? Mario Golf, again, bad sports game. They have one good sports game on Switch, I'll get into later, but I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna talk about that at all. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it got the DLC pack. It's so good, the definitive way to play it, for sure. Everyone loves that game, and it's the best-selling Switch game of all time. Make a new game, please, Nintendo. Not any RC car stuff. Seriously, I want a new game. Mario Party Superstars, really good, lack of boards though. Mario Strikers Battle League, like I said, I paid $60 for it. I regret that every single day. Let's see here. Mario Tennis Ace is actually pretty good. The gameplay is phenomenal. The story mode is okay, and the online was lots of fun to sit through when there was only the one sports game on Switch. Metroid Prime Remastered, what a surprise this was. You guys gotta play it. Super, super good. Super Lucky's Tale, or New Super Lucky's Tale, I should say. This is one of my favorite 3D platformers of all time. I love Lucky. I have every single game that Lucky has. It actually started out as a VR title on the Oculus Rift, as well as then they made Super Lucky's Tale for Xbox and then remade it for all systems titled New Super Lucky's Tale. Super fun. I've beaten that game a couple times. All the Nintendo Labo kits, building the kits is fun, but I don't really have room for them, so they kind of sit in a closet somewhere. I'm pretty sure under the stairs somewhere. So they're just never to be seen again. Nintendo Switch Sports, everyone got super excited about it, but it kind of fell into that updates later trope and online only. Really disappointed. Pac-Man World Repack, I haven't played much of. It's the remake of the first game. I love the PlayStation 2 Pac-Man World 2 game. Super fun. I love that game. Okay, Pikmin 1 and 2. I have a sealed copy of 1 and 2 because I have it digitally. I lost a bet. So I lost a bet about finding Pyra Mythra at GameStop. I might show the clip, but I lost a bet of finding Pyra Mythra at GameStop. We almost got kicked out of the store because I asked too much about it. I asked like once a month, and they said, "Get out!" But it's okay. It's just a stupid joke. But I bought Pikmin 1 and 2. I've streamed all of it, as well as Pikmin 3 Deluxe. This is hard to find these days. I don't know why. I could not find it easily. It's a fun game though. Definitely get the entire Pikmin series. If you've never played before, play Pikmin 4 and then play 3, because those are definitely easier to hop into. Pikmin 4 is a phenomenal game though. Love it to bits and pieces. Streamed the entire thing. I streamed all 4 of the games. Very fun. Hey Pikmin's not good though. On 3DS, very bad. Actually, well, that's not true. I do like Hey Pikmin. Like, it's a cool concept. It's just a lot of people hated on it. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I haven't played this much. I like the concept. I just haven't gotten to sit down with it. I kind of want to stream it. I don't know. I haven't decided. Ring Fit Adventure is a fun Wii Fit-esque game. I think that I should get back into it. I kind of want to stream it, but I just haven't got the chance. Scribble Nut Showdown. This was given to me by a friend in high school. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. Oh, such a fun game. I got this with New Super Lucky's Tale. I had the original game on Wii U. I wish I had it. It's kind of hard to find, but definitely play this game. So much fun. I actually have all the Amiibo for it as well. Hopefully I can get this back in there. Cool. Slime Rancher Portable Edition. I'm a big fan of Slime Rancher. Not 2. I get overwhelmed in Slime Rancher 2, but I love Slime Rancher 1. It's actually a new day of filming. I ended up editing a little bit out of the Slime Rancher bit because I accidentally deleted the file. So let's keep going with a little bit of the tour. I just talked about Slime Rancher 1, or Portable Edition, on Switch. I bought it 4 to 5 times, I believe, on Steam, and Xbox, and PlayStation, and Switch. I love it. It's a special edition. Super, super fun. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a phenomenal retake on the entirety of Super Mario Bros. I loved it to bits and pieces. I cleared it 100%. I think it took me about 20 hours to do so. It's a little shorter than I would have liked, but it's pretty good length. Definitely pick it up if you are in the mood for Mario. Mario Maker 2, I think I talked about earlier. It's okay. It's not as good as Mario Maker 1 in my opinion, just because of the clunky controls. Because you have the stylus of the Wii U gamepad in the first one. It is better than the 3DS game though. Super Mario Party was a great return to the formula, just like Mario Wonder. They finally fixed the everyone riding in the cart issue. They went back to the old style, but it kind of had some clunky bits to it, some weird Nintendo innovation, but I enjoyed it nevertheless. Didn't get to try out a couple modes though. Super Mario RPG, I recently streamed this. It has the best box art in my entire collection. Actually, on my Nintendo, they do have a reversible cover version with the original box art in it, which is kind of cool, but I just have this original one because it's goofy, it looks funny. Yeah, no, I love Mario RPG. I beat the whole thing on stream. Such a fun game. Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I think Bowser's Fury makes it worth it in general. It was kind of fun. It was the most recent 3D Mario experience we've had ever since Odyssey. I think it's pretty good. I bought it on launch and I beat the whole thing in about, I think, 3 sittings. It's not very long, but it's pretty good still. I love it to bits and pieces. I've said that so many times. Sorry about that. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I already talked about that. I definitely already talked about this. Like I said, new day, forget what I said yesterday. Bye, Tom Nook, hello. I have Yoshi's Crafted World. I talked about Woolly World before. I gotta play through both of these. I haven't really touched either of them, to be honest. I'm not the biggest Yoshi fan. I just picked them up because Nintendo. In the back, I do have Metroid Dread and a sealed copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I haven't played much of Dread, definitely gonna stream it soon, and I have a digital copy of New Horizons, so I don't need to open that one. I actually picked it up for cheap at Micro Center, similar to Pikmin 1 and 2, which I think I got it for about 30 bucks sealed, which is really cool. As well as Sylveon blocks it up here. I actually don't know if I went over the Amiibos or not yesterday, but I do have the Kirby series Kirby, as well as Meta Knight, including all these Animal Crossing Amiibo figures. I don't know many of the names other than like Rover and Isabelle and Tom Nook and KK. I don't really know the rest of these, unfortunately. I'm missing, I believe, Timmy and Tommy, as well as Summer Outfit Isabelle. Onto the PlayStation collection, I have a bunch of PlayStation 2 titles. I used to have most only just PS2 titles. I think it's been almost beaten by PlayStation 4, but it's definitely been beaten by my Switch collection. I think I have about 60, maybe 70 Switch games in my collection. As for PlayStation 1, I'm not going to pull them off the shelf because they're all just kind of whack. The only ones worth noting here is Jet Moto 2 and Pac-Man World 1. Metal Gear Solid, that's not the original case. It actually has a weird, I think WWE game. Yeah, or SmackDown 2. Yeah, I haven't played much of either of these. It's been a long time. I got them in my grandmother's garage. I have ATV Off-Road Fury 2 through 4. I had 2 and 3 as a kid. We picked up 4 recently because we didn't know it existed and it was $3. My first, one of my first games ever played was Cars International. I found out this was on Steam yesterday, so I kind of want to pick it up and just play it because of how funny it is. Racerama is not on Steam. Both of these are actually pretty alright Cars games. Donald Duck Gun Quackers is the first video game I ever played, and you can definitely tell by its, scratch marks. This is my original copy. It still works. It's got the blue disc, and it's in shambles. I actually played it, I think, a couple years back, but it's still good. It's still good. It's still difficult, still buggy, but I love it. Of course, I've got some of my sister's titles in here, like Hannah Montana, and the Lego games, like Lego Batman is very good. I remember playing this over and over. I think I have this on Xbox. I want to get it again on Steam if they have it there. Lego Star Wars, I have 2 of these because I think we had 2 PS2s. We had the Slim and the original model, and my brother wanted to play them at the same time on different systems. Yeah, I don't get the logic either. I think both of them are complete and everything, too. Madagascar 1 and 2. I think 2 is actually okay, but I don't remember about the first one. MX vs. ATV Unleashed. Both okay. We have 2 copies again just because one of the copies is scratched and does not work. Monster Jam Maximum Destruction. Love this game as a kid. All you do is just drive around and run to other monster trucks. I actually want to play it again. Such a fun game to turn your brain off to. Motocross Mania 3. I only remember... It's a bike racing game, I believe, and I only remember hitting people with bats. That's about the only thing. All the 3 Pac-Man games here, Pac-Man World Rally, Pac-Man World 2, and Pac-Man World 3, came in a bundle, I believe, as a kid. And Pac-Man World Rally does not work. You can tell a lot of my PS2 games don't work. I'm going to buy some new copies at some point. But yeah, Pac-Man World Rally does not work. I think I have it on a flash drive somewhere. I have played it through the entire thing. It's actually an okay kart racer. Pac-Man World 2 is one of my favorite platformers of all time, just because I had this before I had Galaxy or 64. Yeah, Mario 64. And you can see it's got some battle scars. I don't exactly remember what happened here, but it's pretty trash. It still works though. Pac-Man World 3. I think Pac-Man talks in that one, and that might have been why I didn't play it that much. I'm pretty sure it's still okay though. I have a pinball game, which I don't need to go over. pro snowboarder game, like lots of sports games, lots of racing and sports games in the PS2 collection. Shrek Super Slam, basically a 3D Super Smash Brothers. It's actually okay. I looked up some clips. It's funny how they say some of the characters' names. Shrek 2 is actually an okay game. I know a lot of people actually had this, and it's not bad. It's actually one of the greatest hits. Ski-Doo Snow Racing is a snowmobile racing game. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoon is such a fun game. I want Insomniac to make a new one. I haven't played the sequels though, only the first one over and over and over again. Spider-Man 1, as well as Attack of the Power of Juju. I believe if I got this right, I think Attack of the Power of Juju was an original IP by Nickelodeon that they eventually made into a TV show afterwards. Of course, we have the Jimmy Neutron games. I don't remember much of them other than Jet Fusion. No, I kind of remember both of these. I think they're both scratched though. The Bible game, because my parents thought it would be a great idea. Guess what? It was mediocre. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I actually really like the movie. The original movie's really fun to still go back and watch. It's not that great, but I still love it. The video game is okay. I remember some of the race car bits, or the racing bits with the sandwich. Disney Pixar Up is another multiplayer game. I think this came out, goodness, I feel like this came out in 2012. I don't know why. I don't remember when this came out. 2009, I don't know, I can't read it. But I remember that game. It just seems more modern than it does to be on PS2. I found this recently. This was also underneath my grandmother's stairs. A poker game from my grandpa. I lost it so many years ago and apparently it was underneath the stairs. As for PS3, lots of Guitar Hero games. The one more important one, my favorite one, is definitely World Tour, because it's got, I think, Eye of the Tiger. Guitar Hero 3 does have Through the Fire and the Flames, so it's about the only two games I actually play. Ratchet & Clank Collection. I love the first game, I love Rift Apart, and I love the PS4 title. I haven't finished the PS4 game, though. I definitely want to try it. Ratchet is really mean in these old games, though, but I want to finish them. They're a lot of fun. I think a lot of people prefer the older ones to the new games. Oh, I also forgot about to go over the Amiibo real quick in this section. So I have the entire world set of Shovel Knight Amiibo. I talked about Shovel Knight yesterday, and I love every single one, especially the Golden Shovel Knight Amiibo, with a wolf from Monster Hunter. I don't know its name, so you might have to tell me in the comments, as well as Chibi Robo, which came with Chibi Robo Ziplash, the only reason that game actually sold. Going on, I do have Skyrim on PS5. I'm not a big fan of Skyrim. Just because I haven't played it, I'm sure it's actually pretty damn good. The Sly Collection, I haven't played much of. I think I played the first one on this as well. I want to play Sly 2 and 3 though, and Thieves in Time. There's a Tiger Woods game for, well, golf. And on the side we have some iconic ones like Spider-Man 2, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, and Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. I haven't played much of Spider-Man 2 or Dragon Ball, but I did play a lot of Battle for Bikini Bottom. I even have the remake on PS4 with Glaceon protecting us. Up top for my PS4 collection and PS5 collection, watch the camera shake, I'm going to move these Amiibo down so I can actually reach into the shelf. I have the Metroid Dread Amiibo, the Samus Aran, as well as Emmy. I don't have any Amiibos up here though. I have Astrobot. It's a wonderful platformer. I think I talked about that a little bit yesterday. Batman Arkham VR, this was overpriced at launch, but I was able to find it at clearance at Walmart for 10 bucks, I think. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy was a phenomenal return to formula. Still hard, I still can't beat it. Crash Team Racing, a lot of fun actually. It was very refreshing from Mario Kart, so I played it for a couple of hours, not really into it though. Doom VFR, I think this is actually the definitive way to play it with the PlayStation aim controller down there, just because it just feels so much more natural. It's a little wonky, but super good, honestly. Dragon Ball FighterZ, I know my brother's super into. I mained Nappa, Vegeta, and Frieza because I love the Abridged series, but I'm not very good at the game in general. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I haven't played this, again, one of my brothers. My brother's pretty into Dragon Ball. Horizon Zero Dawn, another game I have not played. Lots of games in here I kind of wish I put into the system and played for about 30 minutes, but I haven't actually played, so I don't know much about Horizon Zero Dawn, especially since Breath of the Wild is right there. Iron Man VR was exclusive to PlayStation for, I want to say, a year and a half before they moved it to Oculus and maybe Steam. If it's on Steam, I'm going to buy it again, because it's genuinely a blast on the PlayStation. Actually, it's a very late PSVR title. Just Cause 3 is a fun game to run around and blow stuff up in. I watched my brother play it to death. Kingdom Hearts as a whole, I'm gonna just jump around it, honestly. I played the first one, I'm a big fan of the first one, but not really gonna get into the other ones. I tried playing the card one, I didn't like it, and I know I could just watch the cutscenes, and I know I should play 2 and 3, they're so good. I'm just not good at Kingdom Hearts. as well as the memory game. I played a little bit of not the memory game, as well as the rhythm game. I played a little bit of the rhythm game. Lego Dimensions is honestly okay. I think the other Lego games are much better because you don't have to move around figures, but it was kind of cool to collect the figures, especially the Sonic Lego edition. I think all the figures are underneath the stairs. As for, let's see here, Little Big Planet 3, another game I haven't played yet. I know it's good, and I know some people want some more Little Big Planet, not like the 3D World-esque game, Big Adventure, but I think that they'll eventually get back to it. Spider-Man, no. Minecraft PS4, this is not an authentic case. I was given the game because they added a VR mode to it, and I wanted to try the VR mode before I had a VR-capable PC, and it was okay. Minecraft Story Mode Season 1 and Season 2. I played Season 1, not Season 2 yet. I might stream Season 2. Ni no Kuni 2, I remember I could not pronounce that the first time I went through this. My brother asked for this because he played the first game on PlayStation Now, I think, and never played the sequel. Overwatch 1, so much fun. Wish they could bring it back because Overwatch 2 is just horrendous. Persona 5 Royale, I haven't played either of the Persona games, but I did enjoy watching my brother play through them. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, I remember I really liked the first one and Battle for Neighborville. Not the biggest fan of Garden Warfare 2 though. PlayStation VR Worlds, I picked this up actually a couple days ago for really cheap. It's like a tech demo for PlayStation VR as a whole. I think it was actually 50 bucks at launch separately, but I got a version that said not for resale, so I kind of felt cool about that. Ratchet & Clank on PS4, I tried to play it multiple times, I just haven't sat down to finish it yet. I know a lot of people actually did not like that one though. Riggs, I don't think it's very good. Another game I picked up recently for like $6-7 bucks. It's okay, I think, just not very good, and it was really disappointing when it came out. Rocket League, another game like Overwatch where I don't need a physical copy anymore, but I have it because it's funny. I think it's still pretty good. I think a lot of people play Rocket League to this day. Sonic Forces, a not good Sonic game. There's a mod called Sonic Forces Overclock that came out recently, and I want to try that out. It looks super fun. Spider-Man is so good on PlayStation. Insomniac knocked it out of the park with all three Spider-Man games, including Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2. So much fun. I love these games. I've bought them multiple times and cleared them multiple times. Definitely my favorite games on the system. SpongeBob Battle Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I know Alan is super into it, but I am personally not the biggest fan of the remake. I kind of wish I had played the original more. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I got this, I think, back in 2017. I want to try it again on stream. Jedi Fallen Order. I really enjoyed this one. I had not picked up the sequel because it's just 70 bucks. I don't want to pay $70 for a 20-hour game. I really like this one though. Super fun. Such a Dark Souls-esque game. Star Wars Battle for Bikini Bottom. What? No. Battlefront 2. I don't think this game was very good at launch. I remember it being pretty bad. The first one was fun. The sequel was bad because of the microtransactions, but they eventually fixed it. Team Sonic Racing is a fun break if you only have 3 friends instead of 4 for Mario Kart, as well as it's got a really fun story mode, actually. Tomb Raider, as well as Uncharted and Uncharted 4, I have not played. Those are my father's games. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. I think this is kind of a sequel. I don't really get it very much. I haven't played the remake of Final Fantasy VII, so I don't understand the story, but I'm going to give it a try eventually. Demon Slayer, the video game. I love this so much. I cleared it 100% of it. I'm such a fanboy of Demon Slayer. I don't know. It's pretty basic, honestly, but I still love the game. It was actually really well made. God of War Ragnarok. I got this Christmas because I'm playing through God of War on the PS4 God of War on PC on Steam or on stream right now. So make sure you can catch me playing through that. Can't speak. Kena, I believe the Bridge of Spirits, right? Yes, the Bridge of Spirits. I think it's very pretty. It was made by the people who made a beautiful Majora's Mask animation, but it just wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be, and I kind of fell asleep when I tried to stream it. Sackboy: A Big Adventure, basically Super Mario 3D World, that's all there is to say about it. Sonic Frontiers, actually very good. I loved it when it first came out, but after the DLC came out, I kind of dropped it. Not the biggest fan of the DLC, even though the music and the battle is amazing. Sonic Superstars, what a wonderfully bad game. I know some people like it, I know some people hate it. I don't like it. Not good in my opinion, very glitchy, very buggy. Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and Frontiers are also on display here. I have a steelbook case for Sonic Frontiers with the pre-order bonus. I love all of these. I've 100%ed Spider-Man 2 and Miles Morales, as I talked about before. Ratchet & Clank, I'm playing that on Steam Deck right now, and Leafeon is also up here protecting it. I think I forgot to mention Glaceon, my favorite evolution. I forgot over here, last time I recorded this, so I'm glad I had to re-record this. I do have the Tears of the Kingdom cape over here. I did have a cosplay of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I threw away the outfit, but I kept the cape because I thought it looked really cool. Up top, we have a couple things. We have a Tomb Raider, I believe, figure still in box. My father's had this for many, many, many years, and I just have it in my collection. I don't think I'm gonna keep this when I move out, though. Metroid Prime Remastered pins, as well as a case for Nintendo Switch Sports. I don't think I'm gonna keep this. I think I'm gonna drop it. I have the collector's editions for FNAF Security Breach, as well as Vanny from the game, and the 2 Game & Watch boxes up there with the PlayStation 5 box sitting next to it. I'm a big box guy. I love the big boxes and I love having them all up on the shelves. And now finally on to the exciting part, the actual console and TV and little systems, all these shelves. We'll get to the more exciting part later, but I want to focus on this beaut of a setup I have here, aside from the dusty black shelves. I'm going to explain to you why dusty black shelves suck. They show it so bad. I dusted it 3 days ago, and if I zoom in, you'll be like, man, you already got dust again. And it just makes me mad. But I'll go from shelf to the TV, to the other shelf, to the bottom shelf. On the top, when you walk in, one of the first things you'll probably notice is a Star Wars Lego X-Wing. The top of it is super dusty, but you can't tell from the bottom because this is like taller than me. This is about 6 feet off the ground, way higher than it needs to be. I have Waluigi watching you as he play games like Spider-Man 2, which I have loaded up at the moment. This TV is 1080p, 60 FPS. It's not new. I've had this for many, many years. I mainly play over there these days with my 2K 144Hz monitor. On this shelf over here, I do have my PlayStation 3 Super Slim with some Guitar Hero USB attachments. I don't think I have any discs in here yet, but I haven't played it much. I really haven't touched it much. As you can tell, the cables are a mess on this side. That side is very, very clean. This side is a cable monstrosity. This is my Xbox 360 Star Wars edition. The Kinect is sitting up there. I think this is the Xbox that I sold the Wii to get, and I loved it actually. It still works. It makes R2-D2 sounds when you turn it on. Love it to bits and pieces. But, of course, don't need to mess with that. I have my NES Classic setting up here. I changed it a little bit. It sits on top of my PlayStation 2 Slim, which is a little whack. I have to lift it up if I want to play a PS2 game. But I actually do love the system. I found it when it was still very hard to find. I don't think I can find them anymore. I don't have the SNES Classic either. This is my original PlayStation 2 system. Fun fact, the logo can actually be flipped, like that. If you want to set it up vertical with the vertical stands. We actually have some vinyl stickers on here. My brother put on Game On, as well as my original memory cards, which have definitely aged a lot. But still love it, still works. My original PlayStation 2, amazing. I have my controller chargers on this side, my Xbox Series X controllers, my Joy-Cons, headset, I think plug-in for the bottom of the controllers. I mainly use the blue and red ones. I do have the black one in the back though. I don't really use these Joy-Cons much. They're mostly just used for friends when they come over because these have kind of aged. I have actually had to swap out the analog sticks and some buttons on these multiple times because of how rough we are with these controllers. And they're expensive to replace, so not fun to replace. I have my PlayStation collection, or my PlayStation controllers down here. The DualSense is an amazing controller. Honestly, I kind of prefer it over the Xbox controller, even though the Xbox controller is more comfortable. It's just got better features, and I love the the adaptive triggers. The PlayStation 3 controller, I do not like. Not a fan of that whatsoever. It's super small, not comfortable for me. The DualShock 4, I love that. This is my main controller, the red one. I was actually really into red controllers before I had the Frosted Lost channel. But it's okay. I actually think the DualShock 4 is a phenomenal controller as well, but the DualSense knocks it out of the park by far. Down here, I do have a small Apple TV for watching movies, a very outdated one. It's just terribly outdated. But I do have all my Wiimotes, a Wii U gamepad, which actually, even though you can definitely tell it's shiny, hello, it's me. It's definitely shiny. I did clean it up a lot, but you can still see some fingerprints on it if you look pretty closely. It still works. I still love my Wii U, one of my favorite systems of all time, and I'll talk about the Wii U later on. I do have some more controllers down here. I also forgot about the Mario controller. I wanted to mention that. But most of my controllers down here don't have chargers like my 360. You can definitely tell the dust on this one. The 360's whole the Star Wars edition. This is the only official Xbox 360 controller I have. I have a wired one back there, as well as some Joy-Con grips, another PS3 controller, some nunchucks for the Wii, as well as a DualShock 2 for the PlayStation 2. Moving on, I do have I can't pronounce the Pokemon's name right. I think it's Riolu or Rylu, one of the two. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong, but he sleeps on top of the TV with the actual PlayStation 4 camera for virtuality and a Wii sensor bar sitting on top. Like I said earlier, I do have the Kinect and the BB-8 not Amiibo. Whoa! I have the BB-8 Lego set up there. Because I love the Star Wars Lego sets. I kind of want to get an R2-D2 one to sit up here as well. But for now, I have a giant life-size plush Eevee. The story behind that, I actually got this when I took a driver's test on April Fool's Day, and I passed it, but I decided to go to Target, buy it, take a picture, and tell everyone that I failed. I still love that Eevee to bits and pieces. Over here, I have the modern systems. I have my Xbox Series X and my PS5. I'm more of a fan of the PS5. No, the Xbox. Definitely a fan of the Xbox, but I played the PS5 for its exclusives. They are massive, just take up so much space on this shelf. I have both 5TB hard drives in the back of them. I don't have SSD upgrades for them yet. I do have a custom 3D printed Zelda Master Sword, which is broken from the Tears of the Kingdom. I used it in my cosplay as well. Down here, I have I didn't get really to talk about the Xbox or Series, or Xbox or PlayStation that much. PlayStation, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of dropped it after Spider-Man and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Don't know if I'm coming back to it at all, but still a great system. Series X is just an upgrade, honestly. Just get it for all the upgraded games, but I don't play it that much. I used to, but ever since I built that machine, I don't touch it. Down here, I have my Nintendo Switch OLED. I did upgrade to the OLED last year when Splatoon 3 came out. I love my OLED, as well as I have some goodies up here, like a GameCube adapter. Not the official one, I do want the official one eventually. I have an 8-bit do adapter, which I don't use often. It just kind of sits between my GameCube and its memory card. It is an authentic memory card and an authentic working GameCube. I haven't played it much. I bought it to get 3 controllers and for the collection. I don't have my Wii down here either, because I can actually just play GameCube games on this or on my modded Wii U down there. I love the OLED. Like I said, the screen I will never go back to the other screen. Love it so much. Still waiting for the Switch 2. I do have a small Eevee plush and a rock 3D printed Eevee, which was also given to me by the same friend who made the Pokeballs, the Master Sword, and so many things in this room were actually from her. Down here, I do have my Steam Deck. I did tell you guys I was playing Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart on my Steam Deck. I also have my brother's Switch down here. This is the original, like, non-screen special edition or OLED anything for my Steam Deck. It's not even an SSD or anything. It's just a memory card. It's the cheapest model, but I do have the dock for it. I love playing Ratchet & Clank on it, even though it doesn't really load and run all that well. It overheats the system so much. I do have the PlayStation VR processor unit sitting underneath it, which I don't use often. If you take off the Steam Deck, the cable, there's a lot of cables back there that you can't see, which is why I leave it usually docked. I do have my brother's Switch over here in a special dock, as well, or not dock, controller grip, as well as my original Wii U, which I still use to this day. It is modded. It's got some Wii and GameCube games on some flash drives, which I gotta change to hard drives because flash drives do not work for long-term use. Down here, I do have some more controllers. My Platinum GameCube controller is definitely my best one, but I do have a personal favorite I'll show you guys later, as well as a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, another purple GameCube controller, a black GameCube controller, an Atari CBS wireless controller, which I don't use that often. I do not have the CBS plugged in anywhere. It's not a great system. It's supposed to be a system /PC /whatever, and I just didn't like it, but I still have the controllers out. I do have a third-party Switch controller, the Wii U Pro controller. A lot of people don't like it, but also do like it. I personally do love it. I do have the Atari CBS just modern controller. This one I kind of use this one's actually part of my Steam Deck if I want to play on my TV. I have an Xbox One third-party controller back here, and on the bottom shelf, just some random goodies like TV remotes, heater controls, HDMI slots, because you guys may notice I have a lot more HDMIs, I have a lot more consoles in than my TV probably has options for. So we have these 2 little bricks on this side and this side. You definitely can see with this one with all the cables, that I have it set up to run into the back of the TV through a breaker box that goes back down behind and across the floor onto my setup for my capture card. I actually only have this side working with that. I don't stream any Xbox or 360 or NES or PS2 yet. But moving on, going back down here, I have the Ring Fit Adventure ring plus 2 Xbox headsets for some Xbox parties, as well as, like I said, flash drives, some leg straps, I think, for the Switch. Yes, I think that's all I have down here. On to the final shelf throughout this whole TV setup, I have the FNAF Security Bridge shelf and the Xenoblade shelf and my handheld systems over here. So I'll start at the very bottom with the FNAF Security Bridge shelf. This is one of the most recent updates I've put into the whole setup. Behind it, there's actually a lot of extra junk that I don't like to show on camera, but I'll give you guys a little look at it later. I do have all the plushies, very cheap plushies, I think from Funko, who just made, like, I think these were like $5 each at GameStop, so I bought every single one, including Vanny up there. I have the special edition pins for each of the animatronics on their wrists because it came with, I didn't know what else to do with them. I don't have very good spots for my pins just yet, but I thought it looked pretty okay. I have the steel book as well as an actual Mr. Hippo fridge magnet that came with the special edition as well. This is the PS4 copy, but it does give you the PS5 copy as well. I have a random Springtrap trading card, a Vanny vinyl, U2s, that came with the special edition as well. Lots of this stuff came from the special edition. I just had to make a whole spot dedicated to it. I have a actual Dave & Buster's tap and play card. They made these when the movie was coming out. Did you watch the movie? Let me know in the comments. I had a whole party to watch it with me. Such a fun movie. So fun to see MatPat and everyone. I have the security logbook behind it, which came out way before Security Breach ever did. We have limited edition Fizzy Faz for both Glamrock Freddy and Roxy. These are actual drinks. This is like a Fanta and this is like a Coca-Cola / Pepsi. They were actually pretty okay, but I obviously drank it and just put them on display. Behind them, I think, is literally just a cable box. There's not much going on behind them. On the top shelf, there is stuff. For Xenoblade Chronicles, I love Xenoblade Chronicles as a whole. I got into it on the Switch releases, and I decided to pick up the rest of the games for the Wii U, 3DS, and Wii. I don't know. I am missing one game of the series, which is actually a physical copy of Xenoblade Chronicles 2's DLC, the Golden Trophy, or I think that's what it's called. I do have all the Amiibo over here. Pirate Mithra took me a very long time to get. I ended up ordering them overpriced on eBay because I love Xenoblade Chronicles so much. On my Nintendo, they have these like coasters for Noah Mio, Lance and Uni. I don't remember these guys' name, as well as Tyon and Uni for Xenoblade Chronicles 3's whole party. There's also some stickers in this tin where Shulk is sitting on top of. I have, like I said, the Wii original release, which was very hard to get over here in the States actually, but I did pick it up recently, I think for about $30-40, and it has a reversible cover. Xenoblade Chronicles 3D came out afterwards, I think in 2015 or 2014 for the new 3DS. It's one of the very few physical new 3DS games. I'm still missing Rumbo though for the new 3DS games. It actually has an exclusive Amiibo functionality for Shulk. As for Xenoblade Chronicles X, the first Xenoblade game I ever owned, I still have not played it. I just haven't sat down to get it. I'm gonna get it if they release on Switch or Switch 2, but I just haven't sat down to actually play this. This is actually getting really hard to find. I think it's about $70 to $100 online. Obviously, I have all 3 of the Xenoblade games on Switch. Play these versions, don't play these. It's so much easier on Switch. Definitive Edition of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is my favorite Xenoblade game of all time, just because you can move and attack. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has a great story. It definitely changed up the styles of the little anime, but that's okay. Some people hated it. I personally thought it was okay. It was actually my first Xenoblade Switch game. And then Xenoblade Chronicles 3 came out last year. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I did 100% it and the DLC. Love the games so much. Behind the shelf, I actually have an old MacBook that I use for editing, as well as some, I think, modding, as well as some Pokemon trading cards and some Splatoon stuff in the back. But I'm going to leave them all back there because I don't want to reach for them. There is a wooden box back there, but I'm not going to also reach for that either. I can hear my cat crying. I'll see if she comes down and I'll introduce you guys. But on the top shelf, where all my handheld systems are, aside from my 3DS, which is on my desk, I have my dad's original PSP. This is modded and has a couple games on it. This is a very trashed my brother's original DS, the 2DS, the flat one. Lots of people didn't like it. It was cheap, and it's actually very comfortable for me. I actually really like the system. I have a new 2DS XL. This is very new. Hasn't been touched that much. The Nintendo DSi, my sister's original DSi, which still sits up here. There is a Lego Fox set. A small figure here that came with my graphics card, believe it or not. I don't know why they included this, but I thought it was kind of cool to throw it in my setup. I do have a book about the game console. It has almost every single game console known to mankind in there. I'm sure it's missing a couple, but it's such a fun book to flip through. I have Sun and Moon sitting behind the Nintendo Labo VR headset. They have a flippable version. This, I think, also came with the special edition of Security Breach. But like I said, this is my very first headset I ever got to try, and it does work. It's literally all it is. It's just you slide your Switch and do it. It even works with the OLED model. It's just got some goofy lenses, and the resolution is terrible. I still have it on display though because I think it's such an iconic part of Nintendo's history. I do have a record player here as well as a random frog from Rainforest Cafe I got actually this year. I thought, why not? It's goofy, it belongs there. I do want to get, I think I have a Celeste vinyl coming later for this, so I'm definitely going to keep Celeste on pretty much permanently. Maybe Zelda sometime, I don't know. And now here we are at the end of the tour. This is my PC setup where I do all my editing, all my streaming, all my gaming. I majorly just play on this monitor and edit on this monitor. Everything that comes out of Frost's Lost comes from this corner of my room. I do have my headset laying down there with a very long USB-C cable I use to connect my PS5 controller or my Xbox controller, whatever I'm feeling like using. I have a mic arm from Elgato as well as a Blue Yeti. I kind of wanted to change microphones. It's okay, but also mediocre, but I think it's just because I don't have any actual soundproofing going on in the setup. Just, you know, stuff. I have a Red Dragon keyboard and as well as a mouse. Yes, and as well. I have the 3 Yarn Yoshi Amiibo. I'm missing Poochie and the Mega Yarn Yoshi. They are some of the rarest Amiibo to find as of current. I have 2 speakers also from Red Dragon. Most of the Red Dragon stuff is just cheapo stuff to get into gaming or just to get into a computer early on. I might upgrade these later down the line with actual high quality, like a wireless mouse or a wireless keyboard to kind of drop the wired setup. I do have a wireless charger for my phone that sits right here, as well as my Apple Watch charger, which I don't have on me right now. My Nintendo 3DS, which I still use, and the battle scars this thing has seen is just, well, pretty bad. Pretty bad battle scars, but I've played with it for many, many years. My favorite system of all time. Animal Crossing is amazing. I have both my lights over here, as well as, one light there, one light there. I do have a Fox sitting here and there. Both of them are different. I do have a small little Mercy pin from Overwatch. I used to main Mercy when I played Overwatch pretty much every single day. I have a Fox Minecraft light that was also given to me by the friend who made all the 3D prints. I have my favorite Pokemon ever as a plush sitting right here, a Alolan Vulpix. I think I said that earlier, with my special edition full official GameCube controller that has Frost's Lost. It is super cool. This was made with Kart paint, which for controllers isn't the greatest. It is chipping off at the bottom here, but it looks so good. I have a sticker on it. It has that fade to blue. I love it so much. I took the shell apart and gave it to a friend to borrow so that he could paint it so I could fix, I think, one of his systems, and that was the trade-off. So fun. Love that controller. Amazing. Got it 2 years ago. Like I said for the monitors, I have an Asus monitor that's 1080p, it's vertical and is 120 hertz, as well as a 2K resolution monitor from LG that is 144 hertz, but I run it at 120 to match the monitors together. I have a small 4K camera sitting up here at an angle with some double-sided tape that actually looks really good. It works really well, and I love where it is, as well as a Frost's Lost badge that was also given to me the same day that I got that controller. It was my profile picture for a while, but I left it just off, and now it is my badge. As for my computer, this is the cool stuff, okay? This computer was built this year, 2023, and it took me, I think it took me a couple months to build it all together. It is fully water cooled and everything. I'll open it up for you guys. I've got a small Alolan Vulpix sticker. and I'll open this beautiful case up. So, you might be able to hear the fans. It's got a special custom, there's about, I don't know how many of them in the world these are, but it's a very custom water block. So it has two separate systems of water going in. I could actually have a different color. I did have original color, or a different color originally. It was white at the top. I kind of want to make it purple, but for now I'm leaving it both as blue. With a Ryzen 9 up there, with only, I think, 32 gigabytes of RAM. I'm switching it out to 64 soon. I tried to upgrade the RAM, but it just would not work, so I'm going to get two different sticks that have 64 instead. I have two SSDs in this machine, which adds up to 3 terabytes of storage. In the back, there's a hard drive that has 4 terabytes of storage for videos, which I'm gonna have to upgrade and get like a small tower to get much more videos, because all my recordings, I've had to go on Twitch and re-record them because I don't have room on my computer. I have an RTX 3080 as my graphics card. It is amazing. Also, by the way, these little monitors, these tell me the temperature of the CPU and the graphics card. Super helpful with some of the speed of the pumps for the water cooling. I love them so much. Cool little screens to have. So much fun. I have, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fans in this machine altogether. There is one fan in the back for the power supply, because you can't have a power supply without a fan. You think that'd be really loud, but actually the more fans you have, the quieter it gets. As well as it's being water cooled, so it's not ever going to get very loud. I do have the both of these, I forgot the name. What's the word? Not water block. But these cool both the water. I have one here and one here. The water goes up in there and comes back and forth, cools down, goes right back into the machine. Two of them are in there for the 2 separate water systems. It's a very big case. It's super, super massive, and it's just a big hunk. It's actually sitting a little bit off of the shelf too. On the side, one of my favorite parts of the whole collection is my Splatoon collection. This Christmas, I finally got the last remaining Amiibo for the entire set of Splatoon Amiibo, which is the Octoling set. I do have the Splatoon 1 Amiibo, all the idols like Callie Marie and Pearl Marina, and now Shiver, Fry, and Big Man. Big Man sits up there with the camera, which this camera is a 1080p one. I use it for VR. I kind of want to swap it out though. I have a custom Splatoon 3 Pro controller. I'm going to leave it up there because my games will fall if I take it off. But it is an official Pro controller. I ordered a shell off of, I think it's called Extreme Rate. They have a Tears of the Kingdom and Splatoon 1. I got the Splatoon 1. I love it so much. It's super comfortable, super amazing to have still the official Pro controller, analog sticks, and buttons with this much, much better style to it. I love taking apart controllers, which is why I have both my custom controllers here and there. I have another 3D printed part of my setup. I'm sure the fan's gonna just blow up the light, but I do have a small keychain here for the pre-ordering Splatoon 3 with the Super C-Snap from Splatoon 1, 2, and 3. This is an original, I pre-ordered the first game, I got the second one later on, and I pre-ordered the third one. Other than that, I have, standing beneath all of them, I have the full North American set of Splatoon manga. I've read most of them, but I kind of just started collecting them just to collect them. I do have a couple USB ports on the side, but I don't use many of the ones in the front. All of it is in the back, all finally kind of cable managed. Not the greatest cable management, but I do want to do a little bit better. On top, I have some more Pokemon stuff, such as the holiday calendar for this year, the Silver Tempest Elite Trainer Box for Alolan Vulpix, as well as a card pack for Alolan Vulpix, and a Quick Ball, my favorite Pokeball ever, with Ash's hat from Pokemon Generation 6. Other than that, I think that's about everything in this room. I do have this chair. You can tell I definitely need to get a pillow on there because it's not comfortable without a pillow. I usually just have a pillow sitting over there, but bony chair, no fun. Other than that, I do really think that is it. It's not a very big room. We've tried to condense it as much as we possibly can to have room for VR, as well as just room to do whatever we desire. It's fun. It's been amazing to collect this room. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I will try to answer as many as I can. I just have so much collecting this year, all my previous years, because I was trying to announce this at the beginning. I tried to talk about this in the intro, but I couldn't really do it in the intro. I've been collecting ever since I can remember, when I started on my first original PS2, going all the way up to the Nintendo Switch OLED. I have been collecting for many, many years. All 19 years of my life, I've had games in my life, and I love them so much. They're amazing. I hope I keep playing games for the rest of my life. They're so fun to get into. I'm gonna hook this back up here. So much fun. I love video games so much. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. That was the Frosted Lost Game Tour. I think I'd like to do this again. I'd like to do one of these every single year. I don't know if I will, because if I move, I'm sure the collection will be very much shrunk, and I'll have to like hide a lot of stuff in boxes when I move into a much smaller room. But I'll still probably do a game room tour anyway. By the way, there is a partner video to this one. It is the Best of Frosted Lost 2023. Make sure you watch that. That's a much funner video. It's so many clips, so many videos, so many moments. That video took months to edit just to have the credit sequence all work out, as well as the intro. So much fun to edit. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you subscribe. I'll answer all the messages I can. I'll see you guys next year.